Hey guys, welcome to QuantLab. QuantLab में आपका स्वागत है. So what I decided to do was a small series on introduction to Python. We did a webinar some time back and here's a detailed deep dive into the video series. So the first video is going to talk about installation as to how do you begin, how do you get started with Python, take care of the installation setup and all that. Then dive into essentials. And basically what you'll learn is the nuances of the language like variable, loops, function, classes, etc. Then we'll go a little more forward, look at the libraries that you should be using in Python. So essentially thinking of NumPy, pandas, data visualization and things like that. And then we go into exploring Yahoo Finance and TLib and then talk about broker integration and finally kind of do a end-to-end trading strategy. So all of this is coming in, let's say, in the next 5 to 6 video. This is the first video, so please watch it. If you are a complete beginner, skip if you don't need to. So the first topic in the list is introduction and setup, Python installation, environment setup and Jupyter node basics. Now, what is Python and why are we talking about this? People start trading and there is a life cycle. Technology nahi thi. Pehle markets mein bhi trade, you used to put paper trades like physical forms hote the. My dad still has some sort of paper-based kagaz tha unke paas shares ke, and he had to get it dematerialized, and then we have demat accounts now. So as technology has progressed, things have been made easier for us. Even in India recently, we moved from somewhere like 3 days delivery to single day delivery and things like that. So the whole idea is that technology is helping us move things faster in financial markets. And what we are also observing as a trend in other markets, in much more mature financial markets, is A, the need to do algo trading, which is what I keep on talking about, and B, the use of technology for trading. So everybody who has known, high frequency trades, low latency trades, using data science, AI, ML for trading, you building algorithms for trading, all of these are terms that are picking up much more quicker in India. And as post-COVID, we have seen that a lot of new people have entered market, a lot of young generation who's much more familiar with technology. Hence, it's important to learn about this. What is Python? It is just one programming language that can help you achieve some of the automation goals. It's not the only programming language, I will definitely say that. But is it the most popular one in the world probably right now? Yes, because AI ML में काफ़ी यूज़ होता है. Alright, so that's a primer on it. I will talk about some links. So the first is that you need to familiarize yourself with python.org. This is the official website for Python. You can go check about it. You can go download Python. The latest version is 3.12, which is a great release, by the way. A fun fact, they have made some optimizations which is in 3.12 or I think 3.13, which is just significantly faster than previous Python version. Now this is the website for Python, where you can go download Python and do a bunch of things like just familiarize yourself with the library. You can check out documentation, and the official documentation is also great if you want to learn and start from there. There are a lot of guides, beginner, moderate, advanced guide. However, most people don't end up here. What we normally use is something called as Anaconda, and Anaconda is a package manager. So Python as a programming language needs a lot of different libraries. बहुत सारी libraries की उसको ज़रूरत हो जो उसको supplement करते हैं like pandas, numpy जिसके बारे में बात. And these libraries help you move or achieve some kind of operation. जैसे data read data operation का वो pandas use करते हैं, numpy use करते हैं for all the numerical operations, matplotlib for visualization, Yahoo Finance for getting market data, and so on and so forth. Hundreds of libraries. So all of these needs to be managed in a simple way. So the manage part of this is going to be taken care by a package manager, which is what Anaconda is. So this is what Anaconda does, and Anaconda is a package manager. How does the package manager give you something? How does it look like? So I will run Anaconda, and by the way, I'm using Mac. Everything works the same on Windows. In fact, मैंने Google QuantLab use किया है अभी right now, which is kind of independent of what operating system and all I end up using. So जैसे Anaconda is opening up, I'll show Anaconda quickly. Cool. Again, this might be beginner for some people. If feel free to use this as a refresher. This is what Anaconda looks like. You have environments. For example, ये base environment. I have an environment for working with Angel One. I have an environment called Sparrow. मेरा personal environment है. And as you can see right now, there's a lot of libraries present here. There's like hundreds of libraries, 574 packages. I don't use the base. Actually, I use something called a Sparrow. Sparrow is just a name. Small cute birds. Yeah, so loading packages for the environment, it's gonna take few seconds. But basically what it has done is it has taken care of the dependencies between packages. जैसे कि NumPy version 10.2 is not compatible with Pandas version 10.5, something like this. So there are 490 packages, and most of it are, you don't need to know all of them. You probably need to know 8-10 of them. Cool. So that's Anaconda, which is a must to have for installation. So go ahead, download it, install it. It's very, very easy to install and set up. I have also done some videos around it. Next two things is you will need a coding environment. A coding environment is basically something like an IDE. Visual Studio Code हो सकता है, Google Colab भी use कर सकते हैं, but I'll still show you. So this is something like Visual Studio Code. You can create a new file here. You can say print hello and sorry. So this is basically, and you save this as py file, so this will run. So this is the code editor where you come in and edit code. Must to have. This is absolutely free, 100% free, no strings attached, and very, very probably the most used IDE, which is integrated development environment. So the next up IDE which we have is JetBrains PyCharm. JetBrains is more of a professional IDE used in enterprises, companies. There is a free version which is what most people use. However, if you want to use Jupyter and all, there's a paid version available as well. The pricing is a little steep, like for individual use you might end up paying somewhere like $100 first year, and then third year onwards it's like $60. I have been using this for a very, very long time. So yeah, I use this. I use both Visual Studio Code and PyCharm. Why do I use PyCharm? No reason. I like some features that it gives. You don't really need it, honestly. The UI and look and feel is good, and since I do a lot of different programming languages, merging and a lot of different files, it makes my life a little easier. Sometimes Visual Studio Code breaks because of too many plugins and extensions. Alright. So in a nutshell, I'll summarize the introduction and setup again. Python is just a programming language. That's what you should start if you're new to this. Anaconda is what you need to download so that everything works. You need to download and install it. It'll have Python inbuilt. And then what do you need to do? You need to install the libraries and package using pip or conda command, both of which are very, very common and consistent. Then you need IDE, Visual Studio Code, JetBrains, koi sa bhi le lo. I suggest Visual Studio Code. Please subscribe if you are interested to see more content like this. I talk regularly about technology, investments and trading, how to bring AI into this space and all of that. Every code that I shared is published in the member community. There are a lot of interesting discussions, webinar happening out there. Please do check that out. If you have liked my content, please subscribe, like it, share it. Put in a comment if you are specifically interested in a topic. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.